we must look at the problems that are surround us, in both outwardly and inwardly. We must first examine clearly what the outward things are, what is going on in the world. Because we have to think globally, not provincially, not with a class mind or a sectarian mind, believing in one thing and contradicting what you believe by your actions, and so on. So we are together examining clearly, if we can, what is happening in the world outside us, not only environmentally, but politically, religiously, ecologically. Because if you don't examine from the outside what is accurately, as far as one can, it's very difficult to examine oneself accurately. You must begin with the outer and coming inward, like a tide that goes out and comes in. It's the same movement. The world outside us is not different from us, but at least we can clearly observe what is happening around us. And we have at least a criterion from which we can work inwardly. I hope that's clear. First, we are together going to examine what is happening around us in every possible way if we can, with the facts which we have. And we have not many facts, because we are dealing with politicians, with so-called rulers, right throughout the world, and are governing us. And if you observe each country, a group of people are concerned about their own little area. This is obvious. And if you further examine, not only they are concerned with their own little area of a vast field, which is the world, but also that little area is broken up, fragmented more and more and more. So there is fragmentation going on in the world, nationally, religiously, politically, economically, breaking up. It's so obvious in this country and in the rest of the world. So there is fragmentation, not only politically, but also within oneself. We are broken up human beings. We are not whole. That's clear. And each nation is fighting the other nation. The Hindu, the Muslim, and so on, so on, so on. And one has relied, one has hoped that politics will save man, and that it has not saved man. On the contrary, it has brought about much more suffering through wars, through division. One has hoped through science man would break through. And that has failed economically, and so on. We have relied on politics for the saving of man. We have relied on religions for the saving of man. We have relied on science, which is the accumulation of knowledge in action. We have relied on that, and none of these have helped man. They may have given man a little corner somewhere or other, but it has been a constant struggle, which is obvious. And we've also seen that no organization of any kind, whether the left, the right, the center, the communist, the socialist, no organization of any kind is going to save man. Right? I hope you will see that. Even small communities are not going to save man. Because it's a world problem, a global problem, and must be dealt globally with a global mind, not with a little sectarian, parochial, narrow little mind. So, organizations have failed. Institutions have failed. The gurus multiplying like so many, what shall we say, mushrooms all over the world. And they are not going to save man, on the contrary. They make their own little whirlpool, little noise, little, you know what they are doing, so I don't have to tell you all that. So, what is going to save man? Because we are now, when you observe what is happening in the world, preparation for war, $400 million are spent on armament every year by all the governments. All the governments put together are spending $400 million every year. That is totally insane. Right? So when you see all this, what is man to do? You understand my question? What are you to do? Where shall we start with the reformation of man? We have tried every way to resolve this problem. We've had principles, extraordinary ideals, great theories, volumes of sacred books, so-called sacred books. No book is sacred, including the Gita, the Upanishads, or the Bible, or even the Quran. So, we have tried everything to resolve our problems. The Mao people, China, Lenin and his group in Russia, the capitalists, the socialists, the liberals, every way we have tried. So when looking at all this, with all their divisions and fragmentations, with their confusion, and every human being against another human being, one guru against another guru, my guru is better than yours, is more peaceful than yours. He knows and you don't know, and so on and on and on. I hope you realize how serious all this is.